Welcome to the channel and part 3 of the 5 video series for lighting automations. In today's video, we'll be going through sunrise based lighting, as this is something that you'll be using a lot, as you'll tend to only need lights at night or in low light situations. I personally use the sun integration a lot and mainly as a condition and usually in conjunction with a motion sensor. After all, you don't want your lights turning on when it's a beautiful bright sunny day outside. The principles we learn here are good training for other related automations that are sunrise and sunset dependent. So getting a good understanding of the functionality will aid you greatly. We'll also touch on another integration called Workday, as you don't want your lights turning on at sunrise if you're not working that day. And as a bonus, we'll use a helper for date and or time as a way of passing a time into a light automation for the working day alarm clock. So we have a lot to cover. Let's dive on in. For our automation, we'll have the following user case that we wish to automate. We wish to be woken up at a user-defined time each Monday. On a Tuesday to Friday, we wish to be woken at sunrise. At the weekends, we want to wake up 1 hour after sunrise. On public holidays, we wish to be woken 2 hours after sunrise. For all days, we wish to be woken gradually by the lights coming on in the bedroom and over a duration of 5 minutes. Yes, I know the above is a complex and convoluted, but it's more about teaching you the concepts. Also remember there are thousands of different ways to achieve this user case, but we'll be going through the basic version to highlight the principles rather than optimizing the process. So to achieve the above, we have a few prerequisites we need to implement. We need the Sun integration, we need the working day integration, we need a helper for date and time, although we'll be using the time component only. We'll need a dashboard to enter the time, although we'll skip on how to do this and create a header schedule, as this is not a dashboard creation video. So at the time of recording, we're running on HomeAssistant 2023.11.0. The Sun integration is by default configured and installed, and you don't need to configure it yourself unless you've disabled or removed the default configuration. See the links in the description below for the default configuration web page. But just in case you've changed this without knowing, you just need one line in your configuration file. To do this, we'll need a file editor. I use Studio Code Server to do this. Pop up in the link above and the descriptions below. So let's quickly go and check to see if we have that line in our configuration.yaml and add it accordingly. Navigate to Studio Code Server, select your configuration.yaml, press Ctrl F and search for Sun. If you don't find Sun : in lowercase on its own line, usually at the top of the default configuration section with no preceding spaces, then you'll need to add this. Next, we'll need the Workday integration. As the name suggests, this is a binary sensor that allows us to determine if a day is a working day. This allows you to specify your working days, but also brings in public holidays. This is a powerful integration that can be fully customized with the ability to set your working days in the week and additional holidays and remove holidays. I'll put a link in the description below for the working day integration so that you can customize it to your personal preferences. The working day integration is not installed as part of the default install, and you'll need to add it. To add the workday integration, the workday integration is not installed as part of the default install, and you'll need to add it. To add the Workday integration, go to Settings, Devices and Services, add an integration. Search for and select Workday. Give your Workday a name, enter in the country code, and press Submit. Check the defaults and make sure they're correct and relevant to you. Once you have verified them, press Submit. Optionally, you can provide an area for this integration. For me, since this is a system requirement, I allocate them to System and press Finish. Workday is now configured. The time helper that we are going to set up will be used to determine the time we'll be woken up on a Monday as per our user case. To set up a date/time helper, go to Settings, Devices and Services, go into Helpers, create a new helper, select date and or time, give it a name. Optionally, you can give this an icon. In my case, I'll call this Alarm Check. As this is only going to be a time, select the Time button and press Create. Because this video is not about dashboards, I've already created a dashboard. We'll use this to change the value for a Monday alarm clock, but won't be going through how to create it. Navigate to your dashboard. Edit your dashboard. Add a card. Select Entity. Enter in the entity for the helper we just created. And select. Press Save. Press Done. To change the time for the Monday wake-up call, you can select your entity and change the time directly. So finally, we are set to create our automation. About time, I can hear you say. But hopefully you've managed to follow along so far and have learned what and how to install to configure the Sun and Workday integrations. In our automation, we're going to create two triggers. The first will be for the sunrise and the second will be for the Monday wake time, and they will both have trigger IDs for later in the automation. Navigate to Settings, Automations. Create a new automation. First, we'll create the trigger based on the sunrise. Add trigger. Select Sun. It will have sunrise already selected, so we can leave that. In the dots in the top right hand corner, press Edit ID. Let's give it a trigger ID. Next, we'll create a trigger based on the Monday alarm clock. Add trigger. Scroll down and select Time. Select Value of a date time helper or timestamp class sensor. Clear out the zeros. Now we need to insert our entity for our helper and select. As before, we need to give it a trigger ID. Press the three dots in the top right hand corner. Edit ID. Give it an appropriate trigger ID. Now, since we have the lights coming on every morning, but on various different times based on our various conditions, we will miss out the automation-wide conditions and instead build this into the actions so we can miss the general condition statement. Now let's get into the actions. We'll be using the choose command based on the trigger IDs we have created previously. Press Add Actions. Select Choose. Expand the drop-down in the option 1. Select Add Condition. Select Trigger ID. Select Monday Alarm Time. We only want this action on a Monday, so let's add a condition. Select Add Condition. Select State. In the Entity ID, we're going to use the Workday for Paul. Select your Workday. In the state, we're going to select On. This will make sure it's a Workday. Now we need to make sure it's a Monday. Add Condition. Select Time. Leave everything blank, but in the Workdays, press the drop-down and select Monday. Now within Option 1 section, Add Action. Select Call Service. Search for and select Light: Turn On. Select your target area, in my case, Master Bedroom. As we want the lights to fade up over a 5-minute duration, select Transition and in seconds, type 300. Optionally, you can set the color temperature you want your lights to turn on to. Alternatively, you can just leave this blank, and the last color that they were turned to, it will transition from that color to full brightness. Next, we'll cover the option for turning the lights on from Tuesday to Friday. Scroll down and select Add Option. Press Add Condition, triggered by, this time we're going to select Sunrise. Let's confirm it's a working day. Add Condition, select State. In the Entity ID, search for and select our Workday pattern. In the state, select On. Now let's check it's a Tuesday to Friday. Add a condition, select Time. In the weekdays, select the drop-down. Select Tuesday to Friday. Since the action of turning the lights on is the same as the previous option, we can use that. Scroll back up to the previous call service. The three dots in the right-hand corner and press Copy. Scroll down to the actions associated with this option. Press Add Action and paste the call service. This will copy in the call service that we had in the previous option into this option. Our final option is to be woken up on public holidays 2 hours after sunrise. Scroll down, add another option, add a condition, triggered by. Select Sunrise, add a condition, select State, select your workday pattern, add a condition, select Time. Scroll down, leave the defaults, but press the weekday drop-down and select Monday to Friday. Now let's add an action. Our first action will be a delay. Scroll down to Wait for time to pass. Enter in 2 hours. Now let's use the same call service that we used before to turn the lights on. Scroll up to one of the call services. Press the three dots in the top right hand corner and copy. Scroll back down, add action, scroll up and paste call service. Now we can save and give our automation an appropriate name and press save. And we're done. Now these are time-based triggers. It's difficult to test them. However, I would go through the automation and disable the call services for the time on for the lights and check the log files to make sure that it is functioning as expected. To disable an action, simply go to the call service and on the three dots select disable. To do this, open up our actions, open up our options, where we get to a call service, press the three dots and disable, and repeat for the other actions. Now you can check through the system logs after a week or two and make sure that the patterns are being followed. I know this is a long video and I hope you stuck it out to the end. But now you have learned about the Sun and Workday integrations and also how to control your lights using the call service integration to wake you up nice and softly at different times throughout the week. If you like this video and have any other topics that you'd like covered, then please let me know in the comments below and I'll include those into the video production schedule. Please consider subscribing and dinging that bell to be notified when part 4 of the lighting automation series gets released. Until that time, happy automating and see you on the next one.